wish to thank the Ford Motor Company of Canada Limited, sponsors of The Deputy, and Lever Brothers Limited, sponsors of the program Man from Black Hawk, for kindly relinquishing their program time tonight. The program Close-Up has also been canceled tonight. Stay tuned for the Talent Caravan program to be seen later tonight over these same stations.
It's playoff time in Canada.
What a great, great feeling, what a wonderful sense of sheer enjoyment and of confidence. For there's something you're aware of, your conscience taken care of at the SO sign of confidence. That's the happy motoring sign.
Imperial Esso dealers and agents everywhere in Canada now take you to Maple Leaf Gardens for the fourth game in the Stanley Cup Finals.
In Toronto, 5-2. Now they're all set for the face-off, this fourth game, and here's Bill Hewitt.
Puck is shot right from the face-off into the Canadian zone. Harvey, number 2, back for it. Harvey standing behind the net, trying to make a play. He does. Puck is brought out by Pronovo over on the left wing to Goyette. Edmondson stepped in front of him, but the puck came near the side of the Leaf net, and Bauer covers up at the side of the post. Face-off will be in the Maple Leaf zone to the right of Bauer. We've played 23 seconds of the first period, and there's no score. On the face-off, Bauer had to make a save. Kelly. A pass for Mahamlich, deflected out. Canadians forechecking. Clear the puck back into the Maple Leaf zone. Horton back for it. Horton to Kelly. Kelly coming out with Mahamlich, who failed to get loose. Canadians with Provo, checked by Stanley, and the puck went over the glass.
Montreal Canadiens are starting off just the same way as they did in the 2 games in Montreal, putting the pressure on the Leafs right from the beginning.
From the draw, Edmondson back to Stanley. Stanley to Horton. Horton at center, flicks it over the line. Harvey knocked down. Mahamlich tried to sift in. Goyette stopped by Edmondson. Edmondson, a pass for Kelly, stopped by Langlois. Mahamlich checked him. Mahamlich over to Stanley. Stanley skates behind his own net. Over to Horton. Off the boards to Edmondson. Edmondson shoots it in. Plante stopped it, left it behind the net. Kelly covers his check. Puck ends up against the boards. Mahamlich couldn't get it loose. He finally did, but there'll be a face-off, as it was called by referee Eddie Powers. And the face-off is to the left of Plante in the circle. And the Leafs have Pulford, Olmsted, and Stewart, Bond, and Brewer facing Beliveau, Bona, and Geoffrion, with Johnson playing on the defense along with Talbot. From the face-off, Bona watched by Pulford. Johnson in the corner. Cleared it along the boards. Brewer keeps it in. A weak shot along the boards. Homestead failed to get to it. Johnson, a cleared pass down the ice. It's sliding to the red line. It's over. 18 is Brewer back for it. And he touches it, and the Canadiens are called for icing as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first period. There's no score.
The Leafs appear to have steadied down after that minute and a half when they were under pressure, and then they're starting in as they did in the first game on Toronto ice. They're trying to hem the Canadiens in, but that's quite a trick.
Shot went wide of the Montreal net. Johnson, a cleared pass. It's Beliveau going down the left wing to center ice. He takes his shot. Bauer made the save. Geoffrion went into the net as Pulford races back on the left wing over the line, takes his shot. Hunt cleared it off to the side. Geoffrion is tangled up in the net. A shot goes wide. Play is called, and Geoffrion is lying in the net at the south end with Bauer trying to get him free. Bauer finally has him free.
Geoffrion went in for that rebound, which came off Bauer's pad. It came well out, But Jeffrion went in there a mile a minute into the corner, and his skate seemed to catch into the net, and he was anchored there for almost a minute before the play, well, at least 40 seconds before the play was stopped, because the Leafs had the puck at the time, and they didn't call the play, of course. And that apparently is all right.
From the face-off, Braun took a shot, knocked down by Johnson ahead to Jeffrion. Jeffrion at center, Bonan is left. Jeffrion shot. Bowers juggled it in his pad and holds it out.
Bauer was trying to prevent a rebound there as on that last one, and as a result, he seemed to be rather shaky as he stopped it, but he covered up so that the puck didn't drop.
Puck at center, shot off the boards into the Montreal zone. Langlois clearing pass to Moore. Moore, a long pass for Maurice Richard to Henri Richard. Henri Richard trying to cut in. Does behind the net, rolling back to the blue line to Harvey. Harvey takes his shot right to Henri Richard, cleared it right in front of the net. Duff on the right wing, trying to get away. He's grabbed. There may be a penalty on the play. Armstrong rolling it over the line. And there's going to be a penalty to Moore.
There's the first penalty of the game, and Dickie Moore is going into the penalty box. He was rather incensed at the call by referee Eddie Powers, but he's off, and now the Montreal Canadiens will play 5 men to 6. They've played about 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
2 minutes for holding. Time 3:28.
3:28, a holding penalty to Moore of the Montreal Canadiens. Leaf bench there with the Leafs all ready to take or try to take advantage of the extra man.
On the face-off, Regan slapped it wide of the Montreal goal. Johnson clearing it to the other wing. Kelly moves up into the corner, past Armstrong, and he slaps it wide. Puck ends up against the boards. Regan propping the Montreal player Provo, and there will be a face-off in the Montreal zone. To the right of Plot this time in the circle. Regan, Armstrong, Duff, Kelly, and Stanley all playing up. They have the odd man advantage. No score in the game. From the face-off, Johnson flicked it, but not out. Regan being pushed back to Stanley. Let it go through Duff into the corner. Plot came out of his net. Duff steals the puck. Pass it right in front. Back to Regan. Regan passed it back, and it went out over the blue line. Kelly, a pass for Stanley. Back to Regan offside. The pass was behind him, and he was offside. So the face-off is outside the Montreal blue line.
This power play by the Leafs seemed to be on the over-anxious style. As a result, Punch Imlich immediately makes a change. They seem to be a little frantic in their style, moving in.
From the face-off, Stanley passes over to Kelly. Kelly at the red line, up over the Montreal line, shot it in, went after it himself. Marshall skated him off. Mahamlet keeps the puck in for the Leafs. Back to Olmstead, over to Stanley. Stanley took his shot, knocked down by Harvey. Puck was cleared, but not out. Harvey and Olmstead work for it. Harvey clears it off the boards, and it gets away from Stanley and goes down the ice. Kelly, number 4, back for it. Kelly behind the net, over into the corner on the right wing in Leaf territory. Kelly leads the 4-man rush, gives it to Mahamlet. Mahamlet shot the puck in. Harvey ran into Stewart. Johnson off the boards to Provo. Stopped by Stanley. A shot punches off to the side. And Marshall shoots the puck down the ice. Stanley back, number 26. Stanley. A pass to Stewart, over to Mahamlet at center. Mahamlet over the line, and he was checked by Harvey, who waits ahead to Marshall. Marshall is checked, and Stanley covers up. Ahead to Olmstead. Olmstead was checked. Olmstead is replaced by Duff. Provo back to Johnson. Ahead to Provo. He cleared it right to Kelly. Kelly to Duff. Duff back to Mahovlich. And it rolls right to Plot. He steered it off to the side. And Canadians shoot the puck out. Brewer coming back for the Leafs. Duff went in ahead of him. Brewer over to Regan. Back to Armstrong. He shoots. And a great save by Plot with his skate. Brewer took a shot. It gets over to Regan. Regan takes his shot. That hit the Canadian player. And Marshall comes out to center ice. Takes a long shot. Bauer had to stop it. Duff. A cleared pass to Armstrong. He's checked by Moore. Moore a pass to Maurice Richard, number 9. He rolled it right in front of the net. And Vaughn tipped it back. Now then Regan. Pass to Armstrong. Armstrong and Moore bumped together. Vaughn has the puck in his skate. And play is called for a face-off in the Maple Leafs zone to the right of Bauer. We've played 6 minutes and 25 seconds of the first period. There's no score, a scoreless tie.
Quant, the 5-time Vezina Trophy winner, is right up to his peak form there as he stopped about 4 or 5 real direct shots on the net when the Leafs had the advantage with Dickie Moore in the penalty box with a holding penalty at 3:28. He's back on the ice now, and he's standing over at the bench getting a new stick. Dickie Moore, 12 for the Canadiens.
Lining up for the face-off. Vaughn and Henri Richard mixing it up. Lining up for the face-off again. It's Maurice Richard trying to get a shot. It's back to Talbot. A drive. Bauer caught it. Brewer. A pass ahead to Duff. Duff ran into Henri Richard. Maurice Richard to Moore to Johnson. His shot was just wide. Regan coming up with a pass to Armstrong. They're over the line. Armstrong's shot. Tipping it off to the side. Regan and Armstrong try to get it loose. Johnson, number 10, covers up. Cleared pass to Maurice Richard. Stopped by Regan, who ran into Maurice Richard, who gets up. Then Johnson rolls it in. And it's Brewer. A pass to Duff. Duff was checked. And Regan goes back at center. Took his bouncing shot. Armstrong went after the relay. Armstrong tried to center it, fought for it, and Henri Richard gets it. Henri with Maurice Richard over the line, and Brewer breaks it up. A pass to Duff, too far. Moore hands it to Brewer. Brewer goes over the line, fakes a shot, throws it in, and his shot hit Johnson. Hooper tries to center. He got it right in front of the net. Moore drives it out and down to center. Brewer ahead to Olmstead. Olmstead to Popard. Popard failed to go through, and the puck is shot back. Brewer over to Vaughn. Vaughn shot the puck in. Cleared around on the boards to Geoffrion. Geoffrion to Beliveau. Beliveau comes over the line. Beliveau shoots. Bauer makes the save. It's offside at the blue line, but Bauer made the save anyway.
Been some great goalkeeping in this first 8 minutes of play. That's Harvey coming from the bench there, having said something to Toe Blake. Leafs in the dark, Canadians in white.
Sunday face-off, Stanley behind the Maple Leaf net, trying to work his way out. A pass to Horton, stopped by the Langlois to Beliveau. Beliveau shoots. Oh, he scores!
Well, there's the first goal again for the Montreal Canadiens. Every game in the series, they've scored first. The Leafs seem to have the advantage territorially in this game again, but Montreal Canadiens popped that first all-important goal, and it was Beliveau that fired it, and it seemed to go in off another player. There was a jamming session around the Leaf goal.
Puck is cleared by Montreal, right back into the Maple Leaf zone. Cleared over on the wing. Stanley failed to get out. Bona gets a chance, and he spun around. Geoffrion took his shot. Bauer steered it into the corner. Geoffrion rolls it in front to Bellamo. Back to Bona. Bona is knocked. Then Geoffrion gets in front. Back to Langlois. Over to Harvey. Harvey shoots. He scores! The Montreal Canadiens just had irresistible power there, and Harvey let a long shot go, and now the Montreal Canadiens lead 2-0. They had the lead bottled right up so that they couldn't clear the puck out, and Canadiens have hit for 2 fast goals, which is getting to be a habit in this series. On the face-off, the puck was cleared by Kelly into the Canadian zone. It's out for Provo, number 14 of Montreal. A pass stopped by Brewer. Vaughn ran into Goyette. Knocked him down. The puck is lodged in his skate, but he gets up and shoots it back into the Maple Leaf zone.
Scored by Bellamo, assist to Langlois. The second Canadian goal, scored by Harvey, assist Geoffrion and Langlois. Time of the first goal, 8:16. Time of the second goal, 8:45.
Vaughn of the Leafs is getting a penalty, giving the Montreal Canadiens the odd man advantage, playing 6 men to 5. They lead in the hockey game by a score of 2-0.
Leafs penalty, Vaughn. 2 minutes for elbowing. 9:13.
Two scoring plays, Bellamo from Geoffrion and Harvey from Geoffrion and Langlois, 8:16 and 8:45.
On the face-off, Geoffrion a shot. It's knocked out in front of drive. Bauer knocked it high in the air and finally came up with it with 2 Canadian players standing right beside him. Vaughn is in the penalty box for elbowing at 9:13. Montreal Canadiens with 2 fast goals, leading by a score of 2-0. Lining up for the face-off, Bellamo with Henri Richard and Moore, Geoffrion and Johnson on the defense. Geoffrion goes up the ice with Bellamo. They're over the line. A pass for Bellamo and right in on goal. And Bauer made the save from close range. The Canadiens trying to center it. Bellamo back to the blue line. It goes down the ice. Kelly goes after it. He and Henri Richard get mixed up. There's going to be a penalty to the Leaf player, Kelly. Kelly is going to get the game. Now then, the Leafs are playing 2 men short with Vaughn and Kelly 4, in the penalty box, so that the Montreal Canadiens have a great opportunity here to wrap it up, having the Leafs play 4 men to 6.
2 minutes for holding.
9:53, the holding penalty to Kelly. Vaughn had previously gone off for elbowing at 9:13.
On the draw, it's Geoffrion over the line. It dropped past to Moore. Moore passed to an open wing. Johnson slapping it into the corner. Bellamo right in front of the net to Geoffrion. Geoffrion was too well covered. Marshall back to Geoffrion. Geoffrion passing to Moore. Moore waits. Check and Pilford on the lead, blows it up. It's the Canadiens with Moore leading the attack. He goes right in alone. Tried to go through the defense. Steered off to the side. Cleared back to the blue line and down the ice. Vaughn comes out of the net. It's the Canadiens coming back. It's a chance for Bellamo, a shot. Bauer made the first save. And it's called.
Fulford beat him to it and ran into Plot at the same time. So Fulford is going to get a penalty, and that means 3 Maple Leafs are off. Vaughn, Kelly, and Fulford. Fulford going to the penalty box now for charging, and the fans, complete sellout crowd in the gardens, of course, pelting the ice with programs and paper.
2 minutes for elbowing.
They called it elbowing. He ran right into Plot as they went racing after the puck. Plot came about 25 to 30 feet out of the net, and Fulford went racing up to try and beat him to it, but he appeared to be a little on the careless side in not sidestepping the goalkeeper, and he ran right into him. While there are 3 Leaf players in the penalty box, they only, of course, played 2 men short. Been 4 penalties in the game up to this point. Moore for Canadiens getting the first one, then Vaughn, Kelly, and Fulford in that order. Montreal Canadiens hit the 2 very fast goals, one at 8:16. Beliveau's shot went in off the Leaf player. Geoffrion got the assist, and then Harvey, 29 seconds later, fired one at 8:45. Geoffrion and Langlois assisting. Montreal Canadiens just still have a 2-man advantage. There's the Leaf bench. And in the penalty box, there are 3 Maple Leaf players, and they're scraping up. Someone threw an egg on the ice. So that's what's holding up the game. Papers went on the ice first, and then this is the first egg that's come along. We understand that in the first goal, Langlois has also been given an assist. So he's had 2 assists on the 2 goals. Beliveau scoring the first, and Harvey the second one. That's Beliveau's 3rd goal of the series, and Harvey's 2nd. Now they're getting ready for the face-off, and the Leafs are 2 men short, and they have 3 men in the penalty box.
Beliveau with Moore and Marshall, Geoffrion and Harvey all playing up. Canadiens leading 2-0. 3 Leaf players in the penalty box. Leafs playing 2 men short. Face-off will be in the circle to the left of Bauer. Canadiens playing up. Beliveau gets the draw to Moore. Moore waits, takes his shot. Bauer made the save. Horton picks up the loose puck and rolls it out over the line. It's cleared back, and Beliveau, number 4, back for it. Canadiens 2, Maple Leafs no score. Geoffrion up at center. Number 5, over the line. A drop pass for Moore. A pass right in front of Marshall. It's loose, and Bauer comes up with it.
The Leafs are holding on grimly, despite the fact they're 2 men short. Vaughn has about 2 seconds of his penalty left, but it would still mean the Leafs will be 2 men short.
Ready for the face-off in the Maple Leaf zone again. The puck was cleared off the glass. Harvey waits, a pass to Marshall, back to Beliveau, right in front of Moore. He shoots, and Bauer made the save. Regan passes back to Horton. Horton over to Stanley. Stanley rolls it out and down the ice. Harvey behind the net gets it out to Beliveau, stopped by Regan. Regan stick handling around at center ice. Still has it. Passes back to Horton. Horton is checked, gets possession. Passes it down the ice.
There's Vaughn out there now.
He goes over to the bench so he can take part in the next play.
Mahovlich stepped on the ice. There's the shot. Knocked down. Mahovlich comes out. The Leafs have 2 men in the penalty box, but one of the penalties is up. Stewart gets over the line. Passes it in front for Mahovlich. And the Canadiens break it up. It's Henri Richard up at center ice. A pass over the line. Canadiens with Jeffrey on. Went in and it was offside. Canadiens are claiming the Leafs had too many men on the ice there. That's what the uproar was over at the Canadian bench. There's the Leaf bench. And the referee is asking the penalty timekeeper. Looks as if the Leafs are going to be called for it. Fulford is in the penalty box and has about 43 seconds of his penalty remaining. So apparently everything is in order now. On the face-off, Provo bumped into Brewer. Bond trying to hook it loose. Goyen was bumped. Then Brewer ran into Provo. And they're holding it for another face-off in the Maple Leaf zone to the left. 31 seconds left in Fulford's penalty. Montreal leading the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-0 at the 12:37 mark of the first period. All set to go. Goyette and Brewer facing off. Now they're waving Brewer and Goyette out of the circle. Olmsted and Provo. Brewer is still going for a skate. From the face-off, Goyette trying to get in front. He was too well covered. Olmsted ahead to Kelly. Kelly up over the line, trying to cut in. Is knocked off stride, passed it back. Brewer keeps it in. Tried to pass it loose, and Goyette watched by Brewer. Goyette tries it again. A long pass for Jeffreyon, stopped by Olmsted, and the puck is shot into the Canadian zone. Harvey is back for it, and Fulford is getting set. He's on the ice, and the Leafs are back at full strength. Fulford keeps the puck in the Canadian zone, rolled it in front. Swan stopped it. Harvey went down. Olmsted to Kelly, and it just failed to click. Fulford trying to keep it in. Puck goes out. And Goyette gets it to Provo. Provo going over the line. He's knocked down. Bauer came out of his net and shot it down the ice. Talbot, number 17, goes back. Leafs making a complete change as Talbot comes up the ice. Shot the puck into the Maple Leaf zone. Bond to Armstrong. Armstrong off the boards to Regan. Regan back to Armstrong. Armstrong tried to pass for Duff, but it just failed to click. A pass over to Beliveau. Beliveau takes his shot wide. Regan gets away from Beliveau and Bonin. Regan up at center with Duff, who takes the pass. Duff going in, he shoots, and he's shot wide. Armstrong back to Bond. His shot goes to Duff behind the net, right in front of Regan. And Regan just missed it. The Canadiens come back. Beliveau up over the Leaf line with Jeffreyon. A pass to Bonin right in front. And Brewer went to the corner to cover up. Armstrong ran into Jeffreyon. Armstrong of the Leafs gets a hold of it again. A pass to Regan. Armstrong is knocked down. Regan gets over the line. Waits. Passed it right in front. And Talbot clears it out to Bonin. Regan goes off. Jeffreyon goes down now for the Canadiens, trying to cut in. Passed it right in front of the net. A shot right in front of the goal. Beliveau is watched by Bond. And Bond is going to swing at Beliveau. That's Bond and Beliveau that started the fight there. Bond let a left go. Hard to tell whether it was short or not. Beliveau is very tall. He didn't seem to go back at Vaughn. Just kept his head, and now they're sorting things out. It's a fiery sort of a game. Armstrong was talking to Johnson, but they're all milling around. Stop number 9, Mahavlich 27. Apparently they didn't think there was enough damage down there to hand out a penalty to anyone. The referee is Eddie Powers. He's having a hard game to handle.
Lining up for the face-off. The puck was shot wide of the Leaf net. Horton and Moore bumped together. Kelly. A cleared pass to Edmondson. He rolled it. Kelly carries on. Going with Mahavlich, who cuts into the corner. Mahavlich tried to center it. Edmondson carried by the net. And Maurice Richard coming up on the left wing. A pass to Henry to Talbot. Talbot cuts through. Mahavlich came back to cover up. And Stanley gets it out over the line. Edmondson carried on. It's back for Moore. Moore over the line. Henry Richard is bumped. Moore shot wide. And was spun around. Edmondson passes the puck out over the line. Moore whacks it back to Henry Richard. He turns around. Gets over the line. Ran into Edmondson. Tried to pass it in front. It was deflected out. Canadiens with Moore. And Henry Richard offside on the right wing. And the face-off will be outside the Maple Leaf blue line. And we've played 16 minutes and 2 seconds of the first period. Montreal leading 2-0.
Henry Richard has been trying to set up Maurice Richard, his brother, on 2 or 3 occasions, perhaps missing some good chances himself by trying to make that play. They're at the 16:02 mark in the first period, 2-0 for the Montreal Canadiens. Beliveau from Geoffrion and Langlois at 8:16, and Harvey from Geoffrion and Langlois at 8:45.
The puck is at center ice. Langlois hit Beliveau. Vaughn shooting the puck out to center ice. It's cleared over on the wing. Olmsted failed to reach it. Brewer turned. Brewer back to Vaughn. Vaughn's pass. Geoffrion tried to go through. Vaughn clears it out to Olmsted. Olmsted, a pass for Stewart on the right wing. Langlois whacks it back out to center. Vaughn to Olmsted. Back to Brewer. Brewer's pass failed to reach Fulford. Harvey left it for Langlois. Geoffrion now comes up to the Leaf defense. Geoffrion tried to go through. Bauer had to stop a slow shot. Bauer comes up with it and holds on to it for a face-off in the Maple Leaf zone. Played 16 minutes and 53 seconds of the first period. Montreal Canadiens 2, Toronto Maple Leafs no score. On the face-off, Brewer. A pass for Olmsted. Olmsted with Brewer and Stewart. A pass off the board. Stewart went after it. It's Langlois pushed into the board. Brewer missed a check from Beliveau. The puck goes loose, and Beliveau will get a penalty.
That penalty will be for charging. And Beliveau is coming into the penalty box. That's the second Canadian penalty of the game. The Leafs have had 3 and Montreal 2. The Leafs had 3 in a row. And they put up quite a defensive show, playing 2 men short. The Montreal Canadiens were unable to break through. They did prior to that, though, in great style at 8:16 and 8:45, 29 seconds apart.
17:09.
Leafs were literally baffled by the power of the Montreal Canadiens at the 8-minute mark.
On the face-off, Kelly is knocked down by Marshall. Gets it to Armstrong. Back to Regan. Regan's shot was deflected wide. Stanley went after the loose puck, and it was knocked down the ice by Provo. Regan now working his way out with a pass for Duff. Duff just failed to get by Johnson, and the Canadiens cleared down the ice again. Bauer leaves it for Kelly. Kelly, a pass to Duff. Duff over the line, closes in, passes it right in front. And it went to the corner. Marshall tried to get away from Duff. Johnson and Armstrong bumped together. The puck hit the referee, and it's cleared down the ice. Number 26 is Stanley going back for it. Now it's Stanley ahead to Regan. Regan going over the Canadian line. A pass for Eamon. Eamon to Mahamalik. Right in front. Eamon. By Plot on Eamon.
Eamon appeared to have Plot at his mercy on that pass from the corner, but Eamon shot right at the Canadian goalkeeper. He just seemed to be mesmerized by them on the move by Plot. Plot has that happy knack of just seeming to move in the right direction at the right time. But Eamon, who is out there for the first time, had a great chance in front of the net. That's the difference between the two teams. One team, Montreal Canadiens, seem to capitalize on most of their chances. The Leafs, on the other hand, have missed on several. They're holding up the game, waiting for that stick.
Lining up for the face-off. The puck is dropped. Harvey shoots the puck down the ice, and there's 45 seconds left in Beliveau's penalty. Stanley back. Stanley coming out. To center ice with Harris, Eamon, and Mahamalik. Shot was deflected off the glass. Harris to Eamon. Eamon's shot rolled in front, and it's knocked down the ice. Stanley goes back for it. Stanley ahead to Mahamalik. Mahamalik straight up the ice, over the line. Passed it to Kelly. Kelly went by the net. Tried to relay it back in front. Romo is checked. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Puck is loose along the boards. Stanley passes it over to an open wing. There was nobody there, and Marshall gets a break. Going down with Beliveau. Going in, Marshall shoots. And he's shot wide. It's the Leafs now with Kelly, a pass to Harris. Harris going over the line. Took his shot just wide. And Marshall shoots it out. It's Beliveau going down on the wing, trying to pass it in front. And Kelly breaks it up. Kelly now up the center. A pass to Eamon. Eamon couldn't get through. Back come the Canadiens. Beliveau takes his shot. It was wide. Brewer. A pass to Harris. Harris going straight up the ice at center. A pass to Stewart on the right wing. He shoots. And he shot wide. Brewer let one go, and the Canadiens break it up. Henri Richard goes down the ice. Gets over the line. Shot as the bell went to end the first period. And it ends 2-0 in favor of Montreal Canadiens. Score, Montreal Canadiens 2. Toronto Maple Leafs no score. And this game is being brought to you direct from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto by Imperial Esso dealers and agents.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ed Bitkin, and the parade of hot stove notables begins tonight with Milt Schmidt, the coach of the Boston Bruins. And Milt, how about a comment on the first period?
Well, the period started a little bit slow, but as play progressed out there, the period progressed, I should say, why the play definitely picked up as well. It got faster as things went on. And around the 8-minute mark, a little past the 8-minute mark, why...
Leading 2-0. In the first game of the series, they led by 3 goals in the first period. Second game, they had a 2-goal lead. And then in the third game in Toronto, they had a 1-goal lead, but only 21 seconds was played in the second period before they had a 2-0 lead. So that the Leafs are fairly close to what they have been in the series so far, in which the Montreal Canadiens have won 3 straight and are threatening to take it in 4 straight and equal the Detroit Red Wings record in 1951-52 of going through to the Stanley Cup in 8 straight games. Canadiens already have knocked off Chicago Blackhawks 4 straight, and they lead the Leafs 3 games to nothing and lead 2-0 starting the second period.
On the face-off, Provo on the right wing to Goyette. Cleared the puck into the Leaf zone. Bauer leaving it for Horton to Edmondson. Edmondson going up the ice to center. Shot the puck over the line. Left it for Mahamlich. Mahamlich getting set. And he hands it into the corner. Edmondson, a shot. Langlois clearing it off the boards to Goyette. Goyette out to Provo. And Stanley gets back to cover up. Stanley over to Mahamlich. Mahamlich to Horton. Horton going up the center. Shot the puck over the line. Harvey's back for it. Stopped by Mahamlich, who tipped it behind the net. Kelly didn't see it. And the Canadiens bring it out. Goyette at center. Passes over to Langlois. Langlois' shot goes wide, and Mahamlich gets the rebound. Mahamlich tried to come out. He failed. Goyette passes to Pronovo, and he couldn't get his shot. It comes back to Harvey. Harvey flicks it, and Stanley covers up. Stanley, a pass to Edmondson. Edmondson tried to go through. He did, but the puck went too fast for him. Horton back to Stanley. Stanley to Mahamlich. Mahamlich tried to flick it in. It's Canadiens coming back. Pronovo over the line. Horton covers him. Jammed him in on the boards. Edmondson clearing to Mahamlich. Mahamlich cleared it, but not out. Canadiens with Jeffrey on, trying to get set. Still has it. Edmondson covers up. Edmondson in the corner. Coming up. That's his own blue line at center. Goes over the Canadian line. Still stick handling with it. Tried a shot. Ran into the Canadian player, and Johnson takes over. Steering it out and down the ice as Edmondson goes off for a rest. Horton back to cover up. Bonan watches him. Horton to Pulford, stopped by Beliveau. Beliveau rolled it over the line, and Brewer shoots it out. Talbot hands it to Pulford to Stewart. Back to Pulford, over the line, back for Stewart. And it's Beliveau clearing it out. Vaughn gets on the ice. A pass over to Stewart. Shot it into the Canadian zone. Talbot is back for it. Pulford watches him. They hold it against the boards for a face-off in the Montreal zone. Montreal leading by a score of 2-0 at the 2:41 mark of the second period.
It's noticeable in the play so far that the Montreal Canadiens control that puck quite a bit better than the Leafs. They don't get rid of it. Whereas, on the other hand, the Leafs have been shooting.
On the face-off, Stewart shot wide. Brewer takes a drive. Pulford tried to get the rebound. Johnson in the corner. Coming out of the right wing with a pass to Beliveau. Beliveau tried to go through. Bauer came out of his net. Brewer covers up. Play is called, and there will be a face-off in the Maple Leaf zone. Beliveau, Jeffrion, and Bonan. Talbot and Johnson on the defense. From the draw, back to Talbot. Talbot's shot knocked down by Stewart. Beliveau cleared it to an open wing. Brewer. A pass for Pulford. Pulford up at center. Goes to the Canadian line, trying to go through. Talbot skated up by Beliveau. Beliveau Rolled it over the line, and Brewer shoots it out. Talbot hands it to Fulford to Stewart. Back to Fulford, over the line, back for Stewart. And it's Beliveau clearing it out. Vaughn gets on the ice. A pass over to Stewart. Shot it into the Canadian zone. Talbot is back for it. Fulford watches him. They hold it against the boards for a face-off in the Montreal zone. Montreal leading by a score of 2-0 at the 2:41 mark of the second period.
It's noticeable in the play so far that the Montreal Canadiens control that puck quite a bit better than the Leafs. They don't get rid of it. Whereas, on the other hand, the Leafs have been shooting.
On the face-off, Stewart shot wide. Brewer takes it drive. Fulford tried to get the rebound. Johnson in the corner. Coming out on the right wing with a pass to Beliveau. Beliveau tried to go through. Bauer came out of his net. Brewer covers up. Play is called, and there will be a face-off in the Maple Leaf zone. Beliveau, Geoffrion, and Bona. Talbot and Johnson on the defense. From the draw, back to Talbot. Talbot's shot knocked down by Stewart. Beliveau cleared it to an open wing. Brewer. A pass for Fulford. Fulford up in center. Goes to the Canadian line, trying to go through. Talbot skated him off, and the puck went out. Brewer on a pass from Vaughn. Sets up Olmstead. Olmstead rolls it in, goes after, took a shot. Olmstead tried to center it from behind the net. Goes to the corner. Cleared it around on the wing. Brewer passing right in front of Fulford. Fulford's shot was stopped by Talbot. And Talbot gets it out. Stewart checked him. Johnson, number 10, a pass to Geoffrion. Stopped by Olmstead. Now then, Brewer goes in over the line, going into Stewart. Stewart trying to get his shot. It's right in front. It goes off to the side. There's going to be a penalty handed out on the play to the Canadiens. It'll go to Talbot.
That means the total is now 6 penalties in the game. Leafs having 3 and the Montreal Canadiens 3. Talbot 17. Of course, the Leafs had their 3 penalties practically together. So they played 2 men short for quite a space of time. That was one of the highlights of the first period, the defensive work of the Leafs. The other big highlight was the 2 fast goals by the Montreal Canadiens. Belivau's shot going in off a Leaf player, but the second one was a screen shot as well by Harvey and caught the corner.
Lining up for the face-off. The puck is dropped. Duff was caught with a high stick. It's down for the Canadiens. They shoot it back. Harvey passing to Johnson. Johnson going up to center ice. Takes his shot wide. Stanley. A pass to Armstrong. Armstrong with Kelly and Duff. Kelly over the line. Wait. Pass it. Duff couldn't get it. It's cleared out and down the ice. And it's Regan going back for it. Regan behind the net. Pass over to Duff on the left wing. Duff going over the line. Took his shot wide. Went after the rebound. Johnson beat him to it. Pass off the boards of Provo. Knocked it out. Kelly now turns for the Leafs. Coming up to the Canadian line. A pass to Regan, and it's offside. We've played 4 minutes and 56 seconds of the second period. Montreal 2, Toronto Maple Leafs no score. Leafs have Harris with Eamon and Mahamalik, Stanley, and Kelly. Marshall with Harvey, Provo, and Johnson. Stanley goes back. 55 seconds left in Talbot's penalty. Stanley coming up to center ice.
Shot it over the help of the defense. And goal. Made a great save. And Mahovlich, who was right in. There's the biggest save of the night when Mahovlich walked right in. He hit Brown in the shoulder with his shot. And Brown is wanting to go to the bench. There he goes. He hurt his right arm as the shot hit him on the right arm, apparently. Mahovlich walked right through and then elected to shoot from about 10 feet out, and it caught Brown right on the shoulder. Seems if it caught him right on the muscle there. The referee is standing by, Eddie Powers and linesman George Hayes, as Brown is going to leave the ice and possibly go to the dressing room. Yes, he's going to the dressing room, and the crowd are pelting the ice, which isn't a very common occurrence here because they generally put anybody out that throws anything on the ice. Close to 14,000 in attendance at Maple Leaf Gardens for this fourth game. And the Montreal Canadiens again showing their great power. And Canadiens tonight will give them the Stanley Cup for a record 5 times. Now they're all set to go, and here's Bill Hewitt.
All set for the face-off. Talbot in the penalty box. The puck comes back. Kelly clears to Olmsted. Back to Mahovlich. Mahovlich passed it back. Stanley couldn't keep it in, and the Leafs get back. It's Kelly to Eamon. Eamon took his shot, steered to Marshall. He stopped by Mahovlich. Back to Kelly. Kelly shot wide. It came out in front. Mahovlich tried to get it back. Johnson covers up along the boards with Mahovlich and Eamon.
The Leafs came close again there around the Montreal net, but they just seemed to lose control at the crucial time. And, of course, this Montreal defense is crowding them at every opportunity. Canadians are a man short. Talbot has about 17 seconds left in his penalty.
From the face-off, it's back to Stanley. Stanley took his shot, and that was wide. Marshall shoots the puck down the ice. Stanley goes back for it. Stanley in full flight, up to the Canadian line, cuts over on the right wing, rolled it in front. Eamon took his man out. The puck ends up behind the net. Olmsted and Harvey go for it. Mahovlich tried to center it. Harvey and Talbot cover up. Then Olmsted is knocked down as they hold it long enough for a face-off at the 6-9 mark of the second period. Montreal are leading 2-0. Over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Regan, Duff, and Armstrong with Vaughn and Brewer on the defense. Regan lines up in the circle. Lost the draw. Duff goes after the puck. Armstrong tried to center it. Duff and Johnson went down. And Henri Richard with Maurice Richard and Moore. A pass for Moore on the left wing failed to click. Vaughn stopped by Maurice Richard. Maurice Richard stopped by Vaughn, who overskated it. Then Armstrong of the Leafs knocked it out, and Moore took it away from him. Moore goes over the line, shot it into the corner. Vaughn down. Armstrong of the Leafs takes over in his own zone. A pass to Brewer. Brewer's pass nowhere near Regan. Canadians try to get over the line, and Duff goes down the left wing. Duff over the line, tried to go through, and the Canadians fail to get it out. Armstrong waits, passes it back to Brewer. Brewer shoots. He shot wide. Regan from behind the net passed it right in front of the goal, and it's cleared by the Canadians down the ice. Goes over the red line. Brewer 18 touches it, and the Canadians are called for icing. We played 7 minutes and 18 seconds of the second period. 2-0 Montreal.
The Leafs appear to be shooting the works here in this second period to try and get within striking distance of the Montreal Canadiens, who really popped 2 fast ones in that first period. 29 seconds apart.
On the face-off, Fulford tried to center it. He did. Jeffrion takes over. Ahead to Bellevaux. Bellevaux going up at center ice. Trying to get over the line. It was offside. And there'll be a face-off outside the Maple Leaf blue line. Referee is Eddie Powers. The linesmen are George Hayes and Loring Doolittle. Puck was knocked off by Fulford down the ice. Langlois gets back for it, number 19. Langlois just stays at the side of the net, starts coming out himself with a pass to Bonin. Bonin, a pass intercepted by Horton. Langlois carries on to Jeffrion. He's taken out of the play, and Olmsted. A pass to Stewart. Stewart takes his shot. Plant stopped that. Cleared it behind the net. Olmsted trying to center it. He's jammed against the boards. There's no further play. And there'll be a face-off in the Montreal zone to the right of Plant.
They've played 8 minutes of the second period with the Montreal Canadiens still leading 2-0.
From the face-off, Canadiens clear the puck down the ice to center, and Horton, number 7, is back for it. Horton over to Stanley. That hopped over his stick. Fulford shot the puck down the ice. It's going over the red line. It's touched by Harvey, and it'll be called for icing and a face-off back in the Maple Leaf zone to the left of Bauer.
Of the 2 Montreal Canadian goals scored, Bellevaux, it's his 3rd of this series, and Harvey, his 2nd.
From the face-off, Jeffrion was checked, and Olmsted goes up to center ice, gets over the line, goes to the corner, ran into Langlois. They try to get the puck loose. Horton trying to get it loose again. Horton is knocked down, gets up, takes a shot, gets set again, lets it go. Olmsted trying to get loose. Canadiens clear the puck off the board. Stewart kept it in. Bellevaux rolls it to the line. Stewart takes his shot. Fulford was grabbed. And there's going to be a penalty to Langlois. And he's going to get a 10-minute penalty as well.
Langlois, 19 for the Montreal Canadiens. Getting a new stick. He broke it as he showed his displeasure. Jeffrion is arguing with the referee. Langlois wants to get another word in, apparently, but he decides to pull away. There's the argument going on with Jeffrion and Harvey with the referee.
Canadian penalty. Langlois, 2 minutes for hooking and a 10-minute misconduct. Time, 8:50.
8:50 is the official time of the minor penalty plus the 10-minute misconduct to Langlois. So Montreal Canadiens have had the 3 penalties in this second period. Talbot a minor, Langlois a minor, and a misconduct.
From the face-off, Harris hooks it loose to Eamon to Mahovlich. Mahovlich waits. Back to Brewer. Brewer to Kelly. Kelly took his shot and hopped over his stick, and the puck goes down the ice. Brewer, number 18, back for it. Brewer coming up himself at his own blue line to center. Tried to go over the line and failed. Harris fell, and Johnson hit the linesman. Kelly, number 4, starting up now for the Leafs to center. Passed it over to Eamon. Eamon chopped it in behind the net. Harris to Mahovlich and rolls out in front. Comes back to Brewer. Brewer shot it wide. Kelly clears it. Mahamlich went after it. Eva covered by Provo. Then it shot to the opposite wing. Harris turning. A pass back to Mahamlich. Mahamlich passing it, and it goes all the way up down the ice. Mahamlich, a pass to Harris. He tried to go over the line. Harris is knocked down. Brewer is back for it. And the Leafs are changing, and it's Brewer straight up the ice at center, over the line. Is knocked down. Regan carries on, takes the shot. Oh, hit the post. Up. And just went off to the side. Armstrong to Regan. Regan's shot was knocked down by Harvey. Duff centered it right in front, and Johnson clears it down the ice. Langlaw has 15 seconds. It's Duff leading the Leaf attack at center. A pass to Kelly over the line. Duff tried to keep it in. It's cleared out by the Canadiens, and Brewer has to go back for it. Bauer's out of his net, and Montreal returned to full strength. Brewer gets away from Maurice Richard. A pass for Regan. It goes into the Canadian zone, and it's called for icing as it was cleared from the Leaf side of the checkered line at center. We've played 11 minutes in the second period, and the score is Montreal 2, Toronto Maple Leafs no score. Lining up, the puck is dropped. It goes back to the blue line. Duff and Maurice Richard bumped. Harvey takes his shot. It was deflected by Maurice Richard just wide of the net. Maurice Richard passes to Moore. Moore shoots it. Hits Bauer. Bauer made the save. Maurice Richard was knocked down. It's the Canadiens putting on the pressure. Moore back to Harvey. Harvey's shot was deflected. It goes to the boards, and Regan takes over. Regan gets away from Maurice Richard. Also away from Henri Richard. A pass to Duff. They're closing in over the line. Hanley went in with them, and Henri Richard covers up. Maurice Richard to Henri Richard at center. Martin gets it to Regan. Over to Duff. He tips it into the Canadian zone. Goes after it. He and Harvey bump together. Then Armstrong ran into Harvey. Puck is brought out by Maurice Richard. Up over the Leaf line. A drop pass for Henri Richard to Moore. And Fulford rolls it out. It's Olmstead after it. Fulford trying to help him out. Horton was checked by Henri Richard, and Stanley turned. Stanley to Armstrong. Back to Fulford. Fulford ran into Turner, who's out for the first time in the game, playing on the defense. Moss came out of his net. Olmstead and Harvey bump together. The puck goes to the corner, and the Canadiens clear it out to center ice. Stanley breaking it up. Stanley shoots it in again. Harvey's back for it. Harvey knocked down by Fulford. And Henri Richard comes out for the Canadiens. He's stopped by Brewer, and there's going to be a penalty to Fulford. That'll be a hooking penalty to Fulford. Just going in the box now. Of course, Langlois is still sitting out as misconduct. That substitution, of course, is allowed. So that the Toronto Maple Leafs now will be a man short. Montreal Canadiens at full strength. They played about 12 minutes and 43 seconds. 12:44 is the correct time. Stewart and Kelly with Vaughn and Brewer to kill off the penalty. Hickey is now out on the forward line with Beliveau and Bona. Geoffrion and Johnson playing back with Geoffrion in possession. Geoffrion gets away from Stewart, gets a new stick, has Geoffrion to Beliveau. rolled it in front. It comes back to the blue line. Johnson shot to the side of the net to Bonin. Bonin trying to center it in front. Too well covered, took his shot. And Bauer covered up and held it for a faceoff. Canadians putting on the pressure. They have the odd man advantage. They lead in the hockey game 2-0 with 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second period. Stewart comes back after getting a proper stick. From the face-off, the puck comes back to Johnson. His shot was weak. Vaughn slapped at it, failed to get it out. Bonin took his shot, gets right in front of the net. A pass to Hickey, and he shot wide. Bonin cleared it in front to Hickey again. This time Vaughn takes over and shoots it down the ice. Geoffrion in possession now for the Canadiens. A pass ahead to Beliveau. Beliveau at his own blue line with Hickey on the right. Beliveau over the line. A pass to Bonin. Bonin was steered off stride, but gets it again. Passed it. Brewer breaks it up. Brewer to Stewart to Kelly. Going up. Pass to Brewer. He's in the clear. He hit the float with the shot. It's back for the Canadiens. Over the line to Beliveau. Beliveau going in. Passed it right in front, and Brewer picks it up again. Brewer was right in the clear, and he hit the crossbar. It's Brewer going over the line. Going back. Passes it back to Kelly, and it's offside.
The Leafs seem to be about able to do everything but score. That one by Brewer was a spectacular rush and a bullet shot. It had Plante beaten, but it hit the top crossbar and bounded out. The Leafs are coming close to whittling that lead, but they just can't break through. Montreal Canadiens are keeping them on the move at all times, not letting them get set for any direct drive. The Leafs are crowding them just the same. From the face-off, Horton shot the puck back into the Canadian zone. 7 seconds left in the penalty to Pulford. Armstrong and Regan on the forward line. Provo is stopped by Regan. Pulford gets back on the ice. Puck is in the Canadian zone. Pulford goes off. That stuff comes out. Goyette with Provo over the line. Provo takes his shot. Bauer made the save. Threw it off to the side. It comes back to the blue line. Harvey takes his shot. That goes wide of the Leaf net into the corner. Horton to Armstrong. Armstrong being watched by Marshall. Turns around. Gets away from one check. Now he's racing up the center. Tried to go over the line. He did. Gets stopped. Passing it right in front. It comes back to Stanley. His shot is deflected. Duff tried to get a whack at it, and the Canadians clear it down the ice. Horton back for it for the Maple Leafs. Ahead to Regan. Regan to Duff. Regan carries on, and it's offside as Duff was trapped inside the blue line. 5 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the second period. The Leafs still trying to do everything to break through. Langlois still serving his misconduct, but the teams are at full strength.
Goyette with Provo and Marshall. Puck is back. Turner coming out on the left wing. Shot the puck over the line, and it's offside at the Leaf blue line. 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the second period. Montreal are leading the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-0. Horton working his way up. A pass rolls through, and the Canadian defense tightens as Harvey being watched, gets away from Regan. A pass ahead to Goyette. Goyette takes his shot. Bauer stopped it, And it's Armstrong, number 10. He fell. And Stanley comes up the ice. A pass for Armstrong. Armstrong tried to go through, ran into Harvey. That hurt. Armstrong is down. He ran into Harvey and is on his knees at the blue line.
Armstrong and Harvey seemed to collide there as Harvey just seemed to see him coming and turn at the right time, and he seemed to get the elbow into his side. Armstrong seemed to bounce off him and double up at the same time as if his ribs were affected. All the players are standing by. Wilson, 19, hasn't seen much action yet, but he's skating around, trying to limber up. Armstrong getting up, number 10. He and Harvey clashed on that last one. And Armstrong ended up second best. Apparently he's all right. Less than 4 minutes remaining in the second period. This Montreal Canadian team putting on terrific defensive moves to thwart the Leafs, who've been going in high gear.
From the face-off, the puck was cleared out. Vaughn of the Leafs moves up, shoots the puck over the line. Moore trying to come out, watched by Harris. Gets it out to Henri Richard with Maurice Richard, who takes the pass. Maurice Richard passed it in front to Henri.
There's the crusher there, the two Richards combining on that. A beautiful play from Maurice Richard to Henri Richard right in front of the Maple Leaf net, and the puck was in. That's the third one that is generally a crusher in any game, especially when the Leafs in that second period seem to be able to do everything but score. And the Richards combined there for a perfect goal.
Canadiens goal scored by Henry Richard. Assist Maurice Richard and Moore. Time 16:40.
16:40 is the time as Mahavlich goes back for the Leafs over the line to Harris in the corner. Harris tried to come out in front. Henri Richard off stride. Eamon of the Leafs to Harris. Harris is too well covered. Mahavlich went behind the net and he couldn't center it. Moore tried to get it out of his own zone. Now it's Johnson coming up to Maurice Richard. Then Vaughn bumped into his check and Mahavlich shoots it off the boards. Maurice Richard kept it in. Brewer from behind the Leafs net starts to work his way out. Montreal leading 3-0. Brewer with Mahavlich. Passing to Harris through the defense. He's knocked down. It's Moore of the Canadiens. Trying to come out. Tries his luck again at his own blue line. Up to center ice. With Jeffrey on. It was offside.
Henri Richard tried to finish off the play after the whistle had blown by trying to scoop it from back of the net. That's what the crowd were yelling about. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this second period. 3-0 for the Montreal Canadiens.
From the face-off, Stanley tried to come out. Too well covered by Bona. Horton rolled it out. Olmstead tried to get loose. Stanley back in his own zone. Skates into the corner. Rolls it into to Horton. And Horton. A pass to Stewart. Stewart up at center. Shot the puck off the boards into the Canadian zone. Olmsted trying to center it, and Beliveau breaks it up. Beliveau goes down the right wing to center, up over the Maple Leaf line. He's getting in front to Bonat. Bonat goes right in, and he went by the net. He tried to pass it to Beliveau. Beliveau centered it, and it's Horton. Off the boards for Pooper too far, and Talbot covers up. Talbot of the Canadiens at center. Too well covered by Stewart. Turns again with Beliveau, shoots the puck in, and it's Pooper. Pooper to head to Stewart. Stewart up at center, up over the Canadian line, closes in, takes his shot, and Plant got a hold of it. It's the Canadiens with Beliveau. Coming up over the Leaf line, Beliveau ran into Stanley, and the puck is cleared to Stewart. Stewart tried to roll it out. Bonat watched by Duff. Bonat turns around again as the Leafs are changing on the go. Goyette to Geoffrion. Geoffrion, a pass back to Marshall. Marshall passes to Goyette. He let it go. Back to Talbot. His shot was wide. Bauer steered it. Marshall tried to center it. Goyette passing it out in front of the net. Goyette takes his shot wide. The Leafs with Stewart shooting the puck high, and it ends up in the box seats. There's 7 seconds remaining in the second period. Montreal Canadiens 3. Toronto Maple Leafs no score. Face-off is in the Maple Leaf zone to the right.
That goal by Henri Richard was his 3rd goal of this Stanley Cup final.
From the face-off, Regan. A pass ahead to Wilson. Wilson passing it to Duff. But it was offside, and he pushed it ahead with his glove. 1 second now remaining in the second period. Face-off outside the blue line. Regan tipped the puck into the Canadian zone and the bell to end the second period. And so at the end of the second, the score is Montreal Canadiens 3, Toronto Maple Leafs no score. This game is being brought to you from Toronto by Imperial.
I'm Al Cawley, and you know very well this is Milt Schmidt standing beside me. Milt, the Toronto Maple Leafs had a lot of good scoring chances.
Waiting for the two teams to return to the ice for the third period, with the Montreal Canadiens leading 3-0. And on the 2 periods, they've had a definite margin in the play. The simple fact that they have been the real opportunists on every opportunity they've had. They've really made it count. Beliveau got the first goal at 8:16 from Geoffrion and Langlois. That was Beliveau's 3rd goal of the series. And then just 29 seconds later, Harvey fired a long shot with Geoffrion and Langlois assisting at 8:45. And the Maple Leafs were immediately behind the 8 ball. Canadiens outshot the Leafs 15-8 in that first period. There were 5 penalties, the Leafs getting 3, and Montreal Canadiens 2. It was a rugged first period and a fiery one that threatened to break out at times, but referee Eddie Powers kept a tight hand on the proceedings. The second period, the Maple Leafs really shot the works. They seemed to have a definite edge in the play, but the Montreal Canadiens got the only goal, that at 16:40. Henri Richard taking a perfect pass from Maurice Richard right in front of the goal. And Henri Richard tipped it home. The Leafs had 2 tremendous chances in that period when Mahovlich was in alone and Brewer also hit the crossbar. But Plant was unbeatable on several other close-in tries. Talbot received the first Canadian penalty of the second period. Then Langlois received a hooking penalty and a misconduct for questioning it. And then Pulford went off for hooking. Total of 9 penalties in the game so far. Montreal Canadiens having 5 and the Maple Leafs 4. Of course, 1 Canadian penalty was a misconduct and substitution was allowed. Henri Richard scored his 3rd goal of this series. And the Montreal Canadiens are threatening to walk away with their 4th successive win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. It all depends in the next 20 minutes what happens. Now here's Bill Hewitt.
From the top, Edmondson turns for the Leafs. Getting up to center, shot it over the line. The Canadians break it up, and Marshall goes down at center over the line. Marshall going in, a pass to Probe, he's right in. Bauer made the save, and Stanley rolls it to the blue line, but not out. It's Horton moving up. A pass to Kelly. Kelly shot it into the Canadian zone behind the net. Marshall starts out now for Montreal. Poked it out to center ice, and Stanley breaks it up. He shoots it over the line. Plot out of his net to Talbot, who fell. Hooked it along the boards. Kelly covered his man. It comes back to Stanley. Stanley shot it around behind the net. It's hooked loose. Kelly getting it back to Stanley. Stanley fanned on his shot, and the Canadians come back. Goyette, Provo, and Marshall up over the line for Goyette. Back to Provo. He shoots. Bauer made the save. Marshall a shot, and Bauer made the save on that.
Canadians have broken loose there on a couple of occasions, and Johnny Bauer has had to be very steady on close-in tries by the Canadian team. They're quick to move. Kelly, the last player leaving the ice, number 4. Montreal Canadiens leaving with Talbot, followed by Turner. Or rather, Johnson.
From the face-off, a pass in front. Jeffrion took a shot, and Pulford breaks it up. Pulford tried to get out. Bona gets it back to Langlois. He poked it, and Beliveau, Jeffrion, Bona back to Beliveau. Should he score? Beliveau. The Montreal Canadiens made it look all so easy there on that crisscross passing play. It was just unbeatable. It was perfect timing all the way through. Beliveau being on the receiving end to get his 4th goal of the Stanley Cup Series and put the Canadians practically beyond reach now of any rally the Leafs might hope to make. 4-0 now for the Canadians. The Canadians shoot the puck into the Maple Leaf zone, and Brewer's back for it. Brewer goes behind the net. Starts to work out. It's Olmsted closing in, takes his shot. 1:21 was the time. Stewart back to Bond. His shot hit a player. Bond gets another try, and that's wide. Harvey clears it. Olmsted of the Leafs trying to keep it in. Jeffrion rolls it out. Olmsted waits. Shoots it right back into the Canadian zone, and Beliveau rolls it to Jeffrion. Jeffrion out at center ice. Knocked it over the Leaf line, and Brewer went over top of Beliveau. Now it's Bona getting up over the Leaf line, running into Bond, and Olmsted covers up. Olmsted comes out. A pass to Pulford too far. Now it's Moore to Henri Richard. Henri Richard, a pass to Maurice Richard. His pass was knocked down. Armstrong of the Leafs ahead to Pulford. Pulford over the line, a pass to Olmsted, and a reply to Armstrong was offside. Armstrong went in on the right wing. It reached the 2:37 mark of the 3rd period. Montreal 4, Toronto Maple Leafs don't score. Wilson comes out now on the right wing for the Leafs with Regan and Duff. Regan failed to get through. Henri Richard gets a try on the left wing, closes in with a shot. Bauer made the save, and Stanley rolled it, not out. Stanley, a pass over to Horton. Horton ahead to Wilson. Wilson for Duff. Duff tried to break in on the left wing, and it hit Johnson. Wilson keeps the puck into Regan. Regan takes his shot, and a nice save by Plante. Maurice Richard clears the puck out and down the ice. It's Henri Richard going after it. A pass for Moore, deflected off to the wing, and Wilson got back quickly. Wilson to Regan. Regan up at center. A pass for Duff. That just failed to click. Wilson turns. Back to Regan. He shot it into the Montreal zone. Duff and Johnson go together. Wilson trying to center it. And Moore comes back with Maurice Richard. Up over the line for Maurice Richard. He's trying to cut in, passed it back. And Regan breaks it up. Regan with Duff. Took the pass, going in with Eman. Duff passed it right in front of the net, and it was stopped by Talbot. Talbot to Henri Richard and Moore. It's Henri going down. Goes right in, and Bauer made the save. And it nearly rolled into the net, and Stanley whacked it away. It goes to the opposite side. That was a close call. It's a chance for Provo. Provo's shot is knocked down, and Horton gets it. Horton picking his way out with Harris, Eman, and Mahamlich. Horton was checked. It's back for Moore, going in offside. And the face-off will be outside the line. We've reached the 4:24 mark of the third period. Montreal 4. Toronto Maple Leafs no score.
Montreal Canadiens led 2-0 in the first period, added a goal in the second period, 3-0, and have added one in this fourth. Belleville from Geoffrion and Bonan at 1:21 of the third period.
From the face-off, it's the Canadiens over the line. Harris takes over for the Leafs, going up to center. Gets over the line, passed it back for Mahamlich, and he failed to get it. Harris is knocked down. Brewer to Mahamlich. Mahamlich turning at center. A pass to Harris and Eman. Richard and Moore. It's Henri going down. Goes right in, and Bauer made the save. And it nearly rolled into the net, and Stanley whacked it away. It goes to the opposite side. That was a close call. It's a chance for Provo. Provo's shot is knocked down, and Horton gets it. Horton picking his way out with Harris, Eman, and Mahamlich. Horton was checked. It's back for Moore, going in offside. And the face-off will be outside the line. We've reached the 4:24 mark of the third period. Montreal 4. Toronto Maple Leafs no score.
Montreal Canadiens led 2-0 in the first period, added a goal in the second period, 3-0, and have added one in this fourth. Belleville from Geoffrion and Bonan at 1:21 of the third period.
From the face-off, it's the Canadiens over the line. Harris takes over for the Leafs, going up to center. Gets over the line, passed it back for Mahamlich, and he failed to get it. Harris is knocked down. Brewer to Mahamlich. Mahamlich turning at center. A pass to Harris and Eman that roll over the line. Provo shoots it out. Brewer covers up. Back to Harris. Harris turns again. Gets it over the line to Eman. Eman a pass to Mahamlich. His shot hits Plante. Puck is brought back by Goyette to center. Over the line. Into Leaf territory to Marshall. A shot. Bauer knocked it out to the side. It goes into the corner. Eman, number 17 to Mahamlich, 27. Mahamlich going out. A pass to Eman. Eman's shot. Deflected off to the side. Harris is knocked down. Puck is cleared to an open wing. Bond passes to Mahamlich. It's deflected into the corner. Harvey rolls it to Goyette. Goyette out to Provo on the right wing. He passes it back to Goyette. They're going in together. Provo shoots. Oh, that just failed to find the corner. Another shot, and Bauer made the save. Provo, another shot. And it's James.
Down the right wing with Wilson. Over the line. James goes to the corner. Pass it right in front. And Edmondson just failed to get a shot. Back to Brewer. A pass right in front to James. James tried to pass it back. Covers Langlois. Marshall is dumped by Edmondson, who passes to Wilson. It's kicked out over the line. And it's Bond back for it. Bond to Brewer. Brewer, Wilson, and Edmondson over the line. Geoffrion covers up. Geoffrion gets away from Edmondson with Beliveau and Bonin over the line. Beliveau takes the drop pass. It's knocked down by Brewer. Brewer shot it behind the net, and it's Bond, number 21. A pass to Edmondson. Edmondson back to Bond to Edmondson at center ice. Edmondson failed to go all the way. Bond tried to help him out, and Bonin takes over. A long pass for Beliveau. Bauer shooting it off to the side, and there was a delayed whistle as Beliveau was offside. We played 6 minutes and 51 seconds of the third period, 4-0 in favor of Montreal.
Beliveau and Brewer nearly clashed there, but they thought better of it as they pulled away from the corner. The crowd seemed to like the line of James, Wilson, and Edmondson. That's really the close line.
Fulford with Olmsted and Stewart. Horton and Stanley, and from the face-off, back to Stanley, over to Horton. Horton tried to get loose, failed. A pass to Stewart. Stewart to Fulford, stopped by Bonin. Horton gets up with a pass to Olmsted, hit him on the back, and it's Fulford back for it. Fulford being watched. Passes over to Stewart. Ahead to Olmsted. Stewart takes a weak shot, and it's Johnson clearing it out. Stanley flicks the puck right back into the Montreal zone. Johnson, a pass stopped by Stewart. He took his shot. Plant flicking it back. Johnson cleared it, but not out. Stanley, a roll pass to Olmsted. Olmsted right in front of Stewart. He shoots. He's not wide. Olmsted gets his drive. Later all around the front of the net. Olmsted another shot. And that was wide. Canadiens clear it out. Geoffrion going down alone. One man back. Geoffrion waits. Pass it back to Talbot. And he shot it wide. Stanley tried to relay a pass from Horton. Fulford lets his shot go, and that's caught by Plant. 11 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third period as Maurice Richard goes over the line. He was knocked down. And Eamon gets it to Brewer. Brewer ran into Maurice Richard, knocked him down again. Kelly over the line with a pass to Mahavlich, and his shot hit Eamon. Moore, a pass for Maurice Richard. One man back. Maurice Richard takes his shot. Bauer caught it, and it's Kelly. A pass to Mahavlich. Mahavlich was stopped by Moore. It's Moore over the line. A pass for Maurice Richard, and Mahavlich gets it. Mahavlich going over the Montreal line, getting set. Takes his shot, and that hit Eamon again. Back comes Henri Richard over the line with Moore. Maurice Richard is going off the ice, and Brewer gets it. Brewer coming up to center ice. A long pass for Armstrong with Kelly. Armstrong waits. Chops the puck into the corner. Harvey shot it to the other corner. And Provo, a cleared pass to Henri Richard, who knocked it out to center ice. Bond, number 21, ahead to Kelly. Kelly knocked it over the line. Harvey takes over. His pass out to Henri Richard to Provo, who scoops the puck back into the Leaf zone. Montreal lead 4-0 with 10 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. It's Kelly up at center ice, up to the Canadian line and over. A pass for Mahavlich. Failed to reach him. Harvey is jammed in on the board. Marshall rolls it out to center. Bond ran into Goyette, but Marshall carries on as Bond broke his stick. Marshall took a shot, and Mahavlich shot it off to the side.
It's Armstrong of the Leafs. Behind the net, coming out on the wing, too well covered by Goyette. Armstrong and Stanley trying to get the puck out. Vaughn in the corner, coming out slowly. Shoots it out to center ice. Provo clears it right back. Regan is now on the ice with Duff and Armstrong. It's Stanley. A pass to Duff. Duff to Armstrong. Tried to relay it back. Too well covered, and Goyette to Provo. Provo comes down over the Leaf line. Back to Goyette. A shot was wide. And it's Regan. Now coming up. Gets away from Bonath. Then a pass over to Duff on the left wing. He shoots the puck into the Montreal zone. Talbot jammed in on the boards by... There's a shot from the point by Stanley. Horton couldn't get it, and Beliveau and Bonath go down. One man back. It's Beliveau going right in on goal. He shoots. And a great save by Bauer. Regan comes back. Three of them up. Over the line. Regan closes in, and it was offside.
Bauer isn't getting much protection in this last period. Of course, the Leafs have to take all the chances in an effort to even get close. And so far, their efforts have been in vain. And at the same time, Bauer's had to make some tremendous saves from close in on Henri Richard, Beliveau, and Moore.
From the face-off, Barnes shoots the puck into the Montreal zone. It's Edmondson with Wilson and James. Johnson now leads the rush for Canadiens. Gets it ahead to Beliveau. Over the line. A pass back. A relay to Beliveau. Beliveau into the corner. Pass it back to Geoffrion. Geoffrion is checked by Wilson, and Edmondson gets it to James. They're over the line. James to Wilson. He shoots. And a nice save by Plante. Puck goes to James. James gets it back to Vaughn. Vaughn takes a shot. Time for James. And it comes back to the blue line of Brewer. Brewer took his shot. Vaughn made the save. James ran into Talbot. Puck goes loose. James and Bonath come together. Then Wilson is knocked over.
The Leafs must be wondering what they have to do to get that puck in the net. They had it whizzing all around Plante there, but Plante wouldn't give. And then the puck ended up in a wild scramble in the far corner there with James showing some of his Grey Cup ability there in the corner. There's nearly a mix-up there as James went by the Canadian player Talbot, and they mixed it up a bit.
Ready for the face-off in the Montreal zone. Canadiens get the draw and roll it out to center. Wilson back to Vaughn. Vaughn was checked. Henri Richard back to Harvey. Harvey to Maurice Richard. Too far. Brewer gets back for it. To Edmondson. Edmondson gets out to center ice with Wilson and James. They're over the line. Edmondson cuts into the corner, passes back to Wilson. Wilson couldn't get his shot. Henri Richard was knocked down. Moore gets away from James. His pass stopped by James. James takes the puck away from Henri Richard. A pass to Wilson. Wilson gets over the line, shot the puck into the Canadian zone, and Langlois covers up. James is taken off. Maurice Richard to Henri Richard, who was jammed in on the board. Puck back for Moore. Moore and Maurice Richard offside. We have 6 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in regulation time. Maurice Richard, number 9, just skating off the ice. Face-off will be outside the Maple Leaf blue line. Holford with Stewart and Olmstead. Horton and Stanley, Goyette, Provo, Marshall, Johnson, and Talbot. From the face-off, the puck goes loose. Olmsted and Fulford fail to get away. Canadians clear the puck off the glass. It's relayed by Provo into the lead zone. Number 7, Horton. Horton getting away from Goyette. And Marshall is passed to Stewart, stopped by Goyette. Horton carries on. Horton goes up the ice to center, up over the line, takes his shot. Vaughn stopped it. Johnson covers up. Horton mixes it up with him, passed it out in front, and Talbot comes back for the Canadians with Provo on his right. They're over the line, back to Marshall. Marshall shoots wide, and Olmsted gets the rebound. A pass out for Stewart, failed to click. Olmsted fights for possession, steals it away at center, passes back to Horton. Horton takes a long shot wide, flying out of his net, tipping it off to the side. Olmsted to Fulford. Fulford and Johnson mix it up together. They go against the board, and play is called for a face-off in the Montreal zone. 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in regulation time. Montreal leading 4-0.
There's some hard checking going on out there, and there have been a number of close calls as far as trips are concerned, but referee Eddie Powers is more or less lenient to both teams as they fight it out here right to the end.
Puck is cleared out over the blue line. Barnes tipped it back in. Canadians knock it out. Barnes shot it back. Canadians roll it back out to center ice, and it goes down to Brewer. Brewer trying to wind up. Trying to get away, failed. Now then Mahavlich is back for it. Back to Bond. Bond ahead to Eamon, to Kelly, back to Eamon, a shot. Bond stopped it. It's cleared around on the board. Kelly checked the Montreal player, but it gets it ahead to Goyette, over to Marshall, and he's content in shooting it into the Maple Leaf zone. Bonac comes out with Beliveau and Jeffreyon. Mahavlich at center ice, goes over the Montreal line, cutting into the corner, passed it right in front of the net. It comes back to Bond. Bond takes his shot wide. Canadians with Jeffreyon coming up to center. A pass over to Bonac on the left wing with Beliveau and Jeffreyon, and Kelly breaks it up. Kelly with Eamon and Mahavlich. They go down together over the line. Kelly back to Mahavlich. He shoots, and that was grabbed by Plante. It's cleared out to Bonac. Bonac gets away from a check. A pass to Beliveau, going in alone. Beliveau back to Jeffreyon. He's right in. Beliveau shot one on the relay from Jeffreyon, and he just missed the net. On the relay from Jeffreyon, and he just missed the net. Beautiful play by...
There's another of those pattern plays. Almost perfect timing that time. Just failed to catch the corner as Bauer sprawled to save on that open side. This game shows more than ever that the Montreal Canadiens as a team are just about the best we've seen in years.
It's Armstrong on the right wing, clearing the puck down the ice. And it's Harvey going back for it. Harvey watched by Dubb. Harvey a pass over on the left wing to Beliveau again. Beliveau comes up over the leaf line with Jeffreyon. A pass to Jeffreyon. He tried to go in, bounced it off the boards, and the Leafs get a three-man break. Stanley comes up with Armstrong and Regan back to Duff. Duff takes his shot, knocked down at the defense, and Jeffreyon goes back number 5 to center. Up to the leaf line, changes his mind. A pass to Bonac, who was stopped at the defense. Stanley off the boards to Duff to Regan. Regan gets over the line. Regan closes in, goes into the corner, goes behind the net, tips it into the corner the other side. Trying to get it back, and the Canadians fail to get out. Horton poking it. to Bonin, who was stopped at the defense. Stanley off the boards to Duff to Regan. Regan gets over the line. Regan closes in, goes into the corner, goes behind the net, tips it into the corner the other side. Trying to get it back, and the Canadiens fail to get out. Horton poking it to Duff. Duff waits, trying to get a shot. Past Armstrong. Armstrong shot. Takes another drive, and it's grabbed off by Plot. As Armstrong was standing with Plot lying down, and he couldn't flick it.
Plot certainly having a busy time, just as Bauer, of course, is on breakaway. But Plot is just fighting like a demon for this shutout. He had 2 against the Chicago Blackhawks. And this will be his first one if he can hang on here for 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Vaughn took a shot. That was wide. Wilson took his shot. Vaughn stopped that. Johnson shot the puck down the ice. It's going over the red line. Vaughn touches it, and the Canadiens are called for icing.
One thing, even though the Leafs are trailing by 4 goals, they've never given up. They've just pressed and pressed and pressed, but they just can't break through. Plot is also getting tremendous protection by the defense.
It's Johnson clearing the puck off the boards to Henri Richard, who was up with Moore. Tried to go through. Henri Richard is knocked down. Brewer, a pass to James, over the line. James passed in front to Edmondson, and he's shot wide. It's rolled out and down the ice. Vaughn gets back. Number 21 skates behind the Leaf net. Head to James. To Wilson. Over the line. Tried to go through. Henri Richard comes back. James missed Henri Richard. Maurice Richard goes over the line, and it's offside. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in regulation time. Montreal Canadiens leading 4-0.
And the Montreal Canadiens are within 2 minutes and 14 seconds of a record, their 5th Stanley Cup in a row.
They face off. Brewer passed it out over the line. Marshall lost it to Edmondson. Edmondson to James. James over the line. Wade. Passed it back to Bond. Bond takes his shot. Edmondson tried to get the rebound. It's chopped high. And Marshall takes over. Marshall ahead to Hickey. Hickey was stopped momentarily. Carries on. Hickey took his shot. And that is wide. Then James, being watched by Backstrom, was out for the first time in the game. Puck goes out over the blue line to center. Marshall with 1 minute and 31 seconds. Back to Johnson, back to Backstrom. Backstrom handed it to Edmondson, and Edmondson turned. Pass back to Brewer. Brewer is dumped by Backstrom. Vaughn, a pass. Backstrom breaks it up. Ran into Bond. Brewer goes back. Passes it to Wilson. It's Marshall checked by Brewer and Stewart on the right wing. Coming up with Wilson. He took the pass. Wilson tried to go in. It rolls in front. It's cleared back, and Hickey turned around by Brewer. Marshall is checked. Brewer takes over. Brewer, a pass for Stewart. There's 41 seconds remaining in the regulation time, and the Canadiens are leading 4-0. Horton, a pass to Olmsted. Shot the puck into the Montreal zone. It's cleared around on the boards. Horton took his shot and hit Olmsted. And he was standing right in front of the net, so Olmsted blocked that shot with 26 seconds remaining in regulation time. Canadiens are 26 seconds away from the Stanley Cup.
That shot nearly caught Olmsted on the head. He was standing right in front of the Canadian goal, and the drive came from the side, and he actually blocked the shot in front of Plot by accident. Fortunately, he wasn't hit on the head.
On the face-off, the Canadiens bring the puck out. Stopped by Horton, who left it there. Olmsted shot the puck back into the Canadian zone with 16 seconds. 4-0 Montreal. Canadiens with Harvey bumped. Puck comes back to Horton. Horton took his shot. It goes to the opposite wing. Olmsted trying to center it. He sits down. There's 3 seconds left, and they hold it with 2 seconds remaining. 4-0. Canadiens are all up at the bench. Lining up for the face-off. 2 seconds remaining. 4-0 in favor of Montreal. Stanley took a shot high off the glass. The bell goes. The game is over, and the Montreal Canadiens have won the Stanley Cup. 4-0.
There you see Plante being mobbed by the jubilant Montreal Canadian players. Plante played a sensational game, but every one of his teammates was a star. The Leafs fought it out right to the end. They were overmatched in this game and possibly in the series. They gave it their best shot, but it wasn't good enough. Montreal Canadiens are the real world champions again, and this time they've set a record. For the 5th time, they are the champs. So you can't find anything more convincing than that. There's the best of spirit there as the teams, as you notice, line up and shake hands after a grueling series. The Canadiens have also equaled the record of the Detroit Red Wings in the season 51-52 when Detroit took the Stanley Cup in 8 straight games. Now the Montreal Canadiens have duplicated that. The Stanley Cup is at center ice. President Clarence Campbell of the National Hockey League is going to the center of the ice there to present the Stanley Cup.
It is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my privilege and responsibility to present to the winning team, Montreal Canadiens, the Stanley Cup, emblematic of the World Championship. This is the 12th time in which Canadians have won this trophy, the 5th time in succession. And I call upon their captain, Maurice Richard, to accept the trophy. Let's get him, Maurice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always nice to win the Cup outside of Montreal, and the best place to win it is right here in Toronto, because the people are really nice. They give us a nice hand anytime we score, and they really give us a good hand all the way during the series. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Merci beaucoup, M. Campbell. Je remercie beaucoup tous les partisans ici du Toronto Maple Leafs de leur bon appui qu'ils nous ont donné durant la série. Il nous fait réellement plaisir de gagner la Coupe Stanley avec le coéquipier ici même à Toronto. Merci beaucoup encore une fois et bonsoir.
Now we go take you back to Ward Cornell.